Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the RWA channel on YouTube and the RWA Chop Shop. This is the Thanksgiving Throwdown pre-show, and yes, folks, I said we're at the RWA Chop Shop. Situations being what they are with politics and cities and fire marshals, somehow the East Providence Recreation Center is no longer available to the RWA. We're sorry because working with the EP Rec Center was one of the greatest business ventures we've had in the last couple of years. Hopefully, we will find a way to work in East Providence again. But on to the Thanksgiving Throwdown here at the RWA Chop Shop, a huge card, and joining me to break down this card are two former RWA champions. First, the former RWA Tag Team Champion in Tony Reno, the RWA Wall of Famer for 2014. And of course, everybody knows the man to my immediate left. He has been a multi-time champion here in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. He has been known by more names than belts he's held. My broadcast partner and my good friend, handsome Jimmy Hansen. Gentlemen, welcome to this pre-show.
Thanks a lot for that auspicious introduction that you gave me, Rob Massey. Hey, Tony Reno, thanks for ironing your shirt before the show. That's really nice of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the RWA Chop Shop for the Thanksgiving Throwdown. I am beyond excited. The betting line just for the Throwdown alone has been insane. You can't even imagine the amount of money that is on the line for this match tonight.
Have you checked the locker room to make sure there's no posted rules that say that we're not allowed to gamble on...
Who said that?
I mean, I'm just saying that you're a fan of certain teams from Cincinnati. You know, there was a thing. Baseball season just ended. I don't want to get you in any trouble.
No, I don't think there's going to be any issue. But somebody can talk to my lawyer if there is.
Okay, I'm sure you know.
Good.
I'm sure you know plenty of them.
Excellent.
So you know, the Thanksgiving Throwdown, gentlemen, is incredibly well stacked, including the Throwdown match itself. And we'll start there with the Throwdown match. You both have been in a Throwdown before. The biggest opportunity for any RWA wrestler to get a chance at the Triple Crown Championship. What does this mean for everybody coming into the building here tonight?
Go ahead, Mr. Reno. I'll let you start first.
Well, you know, the Throwdown, my first Throwdown, you know, I was...
All right, thanks a lot, Tony Reno, for speaking. I really appreciate that. The fact of the matter is that there's a lot riding on this. The entire Throwdown match is going to be something to behold, as it is every year. Because, honestly, it really could go any way possible. You really have no idea which way it could go. You could have, anybody from a lower card guy, to somebody just starting out, to the biggest superstar winning the match. You really have no idea what's going to happen. And that's what makes the match so interesting, Rob. Go ahead, Tony. You can finish.
Good.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Love this guy right here.
I mean, they told me to work with him.
Everybody's always expecting, the person with the latest number to win all the time, but it can go any way. I was number 7. I lasted through the whole Throwdown, and then number 30 came in, which was T, and he tossed everybody out. You never know what could happen. Doesn't matter which number you pick. No,
and the opportunity at the end of the Throwdown to become the number 1 contender at elite status is the biggest shot that anybody can really get. It takes a lot to become a number 1 contender when the Throwdown isn't in play. This is the 8th RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown. Last year, Chris Pyro, speaking of people who enter in at early numbers, Chris Pyro entered in at number 2, ended up going the distance, 1 hour, 1 minute, and winning the Throwdown. Unfortunately, he won the championship at Dynasty, and we saw how Dynasty ended. He didn't leave with the Triple Crown Championship. Other matches on this card that are interesting, and we'll touch upon real quick. A match that I know, Jimmy, you are not a fan of at all. Triple-Licious taking on Amanda Fox.
Well, the only reason I'm not a fan of it is because I really don't like women's wrestling. I think it's just a farce.
Why is that?
Why wouldn't it be? Women have places that they belong. One, the kitchen, the laundry room. Those are the places where women belong. They don't belong in a wrestling ring. You want to be a valet. You want to, lead a man out to, success. I get it.
Not in your bedroom?
Well, my bedroom is reserved for my wife. I mean, thank you very much. I mean, she's an upstanding woman of society, and you should be very well. You have
Tony, you remember Jimmy's wife?
Yes,
hey, okay. I mean, really?
Yes, there was that one time. Yes, me and her lips have met. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, shocking. Shocking. Well, I'll be talking to her about that later, I think.
I'm sure you will. Also on the card, of course, you have the RWA Hype Championship match, a triple threat match, Chris Cruz taking on David Baker and the RWA Hype Champion in Devin Blaze. Brandon Webb was supposed to be in this match. Unfortunately, medical reasons have pulled him from this match, but a triple threat match now. How much of an advantage has this turned into for Devin Blaze taking an opponent out of it?
Oh, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I would have loved to have seen Brandon Webb in the match. I think Brandon Webb's a hell of a competitor. I've actually wrestled Brandon Webb on an occasion, and it was something to behold for sure. But I thought that he was kind of the wild card in the match. I mean, a man with his experience, a man with his pedigree, has unlimited potential to be able to go in there and beat any one of those competitors on any given day. Would today be the day? Not sure, but it's unfortunate that Brandon Webb came down with some medical illness condition. I mean, I haven't gotten the backstory on it yet. I have some people working on that, but I haven't heard anything concrete. But I mean, for my money, I mean, you have some of the best wrestlers in the RWA that are going to be in that match. I mean, Devin Blaze is one of the best. Chris Cruz as well. So it should be a really interesting encounter.
Oh, definitely. The funny man and Chris Cruz, I'm saying the stuff that they come out with, you never know, unexpectedly the moves that they have, and, all three guys in there at once could be, pretty exciting. Don't know which way it's going to go, though.
Well, I mean, don't count out the Brick David Baker either. I mean, we touched upon two of the guys. I mean, really, the Brick David Baker now has become the wild card. He could really get in there and start powerbombing people all over the place. And I mean, it could be very interesting, and we could have a brand new hype champion by the end of the night.
Still a lot more to come here on this pre-show. When we come back, the main event for the Thanksgiving Throwdown, a dog collar match. Only the third dog collar match in RWA history. Chris Dozer takes on Chris Pyro. Our two wrestling analysts here will break down what you should see and the strategies of a dog collar match. That will be next. Welcome back to the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown preview. Our main event tonight, a dangerous match, an RWA dog collar match between the unbalanced Messiah Christopher Dozer and the Triple Crown champion Chris Pyro. It has been 1 year since Christopher Dozer has reemerged in the RWA with a plot to destroy the face of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. He named the face Chris Pyro, and he has declared war on the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. This match for the Triple Crown Championship has been handpicked by Christopher Dozer. A dog collar match, something incredibly dangerous. And here to break down what you will see in a dog collar match are our two wrestling analysts, J.P. Hansen and Tony Reno. Let's go to the RWA ring.
Thanks, Rob. Here we are with Tony Reno and myself, Handsome Jimmy, and we are here to explain the intricacies of the dog collar match. One of the most violent matches in the history of wrestling. And tonight we have one of the most heated rivalries ever in RWA, and it's all coming to a head right here at the RWA Chop Shop for the Thanksgiving Throwdown. Chris Pyro against Chris Dozer, two violent individuals, all on their own. Really don't need a chain. But Tony, what do you think the best idea for them is when it comes to using this chain during the match?
Chain can be used many ways. One, wrap it around your fist. Wrap it around their throat. Mm-hmm. Use it as a whip. Many things, and they don't really have too far to go because they're connected.
Right, exactly. Well, 11 feet total. 11 feet total with the chain. So that gives some play. Yes. Somebody starts pulling the anchor a little bit, and then all of a sudden, one person has more of the chain than the other one does. They can wrap that chain, like you said, around their hand. They could also potentially wrap it around their body if they get close enough. They could wrap it around somebody else's body and body slam them in the middle of the ring. So, no one wants any of that. Now, the whole thing is that there's no disqualification in this match. There's no count out. There's no anything. So literally anything goes. Now, I've been in a dog collar match. Not fun. Actually, two.
Really?
I've been in two. Okay? I know what it takes. Okay? I know what it takes. And the funny thing is that I didn't win either one of them. So maybe I don't know what it takes.
Maybe not.
but the fact of the matter is that it's a violent match. Someone is going to get hurt.
Oh, yes.
You will see something that you probably have never seen before tonight. You may see someone legitimately carried out of here in a stretcher. You may legitimately see that. Now, Tony, what would be your best option? I mean, would you attack a certain body part with the chain, or would you just kind of spread it all out evenly? I mean, what would you do?
You could, use the chain and just work on one part. You make that part tender and, work on it. You could win by submission. You never know. You win pinfall, submission, you weaken one part of the body. They could give.
Right. See, me, I'm a leg guy. If I was in a match like that again and thinking about it now, not actively in the business
what I should have
done to try to win the match, The fact of the matter is, I probably attack somebody's legs. If I take their legs out from them, beating them with a chain, then, I mean, they're on the ground, and I have a chain, and I can do a lot of things with that. You know, I get all old school, you know, you can fist drop people, you can do a million things with it. But, you know, the whole thing is that we are going to have a tremendous match.
Thanks, Jimmy. I am joined by the #1 contender and his advocate, Jonathan James Fear, Christopher Dozer on the end. They have been requested by management to be here for this interview. Gentlemen, I would say thank you for being here. I don't think you...
We don't want to be here.
Okay, well, we'll just... Mr. Dozer, it has been a calendar year pretty much since you have reemerged in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. You came in with a goal, along with your advocate, Jonathan James Fear, of destroying the face of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance and the RWA. My question to you, sir, is, has this been brewing longer than a calendar year? Were you thinking of this going back to all the way when you were teaming with T Phoenix at Legacy 6? Is this something that, in the back of your mind, you have always wanted to do? And were you just pretending, wearing that mask you speak of, when you were with the Hollywood Balds?
I was donning that mask willingly. I was a willing participant in the raping of my dignity. When I was with the Hollywood Balds, I chose to wear the mask because I chose to delude myself to believe that all this would embrace me. I was wrong. At Legacy 6, I was proven wrong when I was laid in that ring for the world to see and no one helped me. I was carried to the back and unceremoniously forgotten about. So you want to know when this started brewing? This started brewing the moment I woke up from that night. The hatred started boiling the moment I looked in the mirror. And I saw the shell of a man that was broken. The moment I woke up that night, I came up with a plan to destroy this company, to grab it, and to choke the life out of it. So yes, Rob, yes, it's been brewing for over a year. And I've pulled the strings one by one to get to tonight, to the Thanksgiving Throwdown. Everything has gone according to plan.
So I understand that you targeted Chris Pyro, but you didn't come out and name him directly. You cost Chris Pyro the RWA.
He cost himself.
You cost Chris Pyro the
Triple
Triple Crown
Crown
Championship at Dynasty by knocking him out unceremoniously after his match. You then attacked him not only here in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, but in other promotions, in his personal life. And all of a sudden, when it looked like you just wanted Chris Pyro, you named yourself #1 contender. So my question to you, sir, is it about the championship? Are you just so jaded as a professional wrestler that in the RWA that you didn't get a true RWA Triple Crown Championship spot, that this is all about the belt that you could not get yourself, and it's not about Chris Pyro, but it's about his title? Is the title the reason why you're doing it?
It's about me. It's about me. It's about my reality in that ring. It's about the fact that I was forgotten about. I bled for this company for 3.5 years, and I was forgotten about.
You're not answering the question. The question is it about being about you? Is it about the Triple Crown Championship? Is that what you want?
Everything tonight is going to go according to plan.
But is it about the Triple Crown Championship?
We owe you no answers. We fulfilled our obligation.
Well, clearly, they don't want to answer questions, and the true question is this about the Triple Crown Championship with Chris Dozer, a violent match, the dog collar match against Chris Pyro? Let's say the champion does have the card stacked against him here tonight, and I hope that Chris Pyro can truly make it out of here. Forget about the title. I hope he can make it out of here alive. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown preview show here at the RWA Chop Shop. I tripped over my words because you saw what happened with Dozer and Fear.
Do you have some fear?
I have
You have fear in you.
a little bit, but not in the way that you're thinking. Lightening the mood a little bit, and speaking of a subject that you're recently aware of, tonight will be the final match, win, lose, or draw, for the Canadian hero Dante. And we are joined by, well, your Canadian hero, and I can truthfully say here tonight, mine, Dante. And, sir, you're facing the Irish Warrior here tonight. This is your final go at it. You have announced this a couple of months ago. We'll start off with just the basic question as to why are you hanging him up?
It's been 15 years I've been in this business. I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, and my body's just tired. It's time, I looked at you a few months ago when you retired, and I'm like, thinking it might be time for myself to do it too. And here I am today.
It's got to be a tough decision.
It's incredibly tough. I'm still sitting back thinking, am I really going to be able to stay away? Is this it? And I'm saying yes, but God only knows.
Well, Jim, it must have been a tough decision for you too back at Legacy. It was, granted, yours was a career versus career, but still that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about it though too is that I actually had talent in my career. I actually, in my career with myself and Dante, started right around the same time together. I mean, we've known each other a long time. I actually helped bring him into the RWA, thinking he was going to be something special and be something what he was, and he never lived up to his true potential.
Always a dick. Always a dick.
Well, call a spade a spade. I mean, the fact of the matter is that you used to be something once, and you were really good, and you weren't even Dante yet. You weren't the dean of old school. You were just another kid on the block trying to make it, and so was I. And we had a lot in common, and I wanted to bring you in and give you another opportunity. And the fact of the matter is that I brought you in. You didn't live up to your potential, and I'm sure that your body hurts because you've just been carrying your own dead weight for quite a while. So
that's a little uncalled for.
I mean, my potential. Last time I checked, I was the longest reigning international champion in RWA history.
Well, and you beat me for the belt
exactly.
with a screw
so
job.
Shut up.
I mean, shut up. I mean, there's no reason to talk. I'm trying to do my journalistic duties here and call it how I see it. I mean, sorry.
Okay. Now, I mean, one of you, Jimmy, I hate to, pull back the curtain a little bit here, but you were even on record as saying one of your best matches here in the RWA was against Dante.
Yeah, and Kevin Cash was also in the match, and he's terrible too. So I mean, what are we getting at?
I was just trying to, maybe you could be nice to the man.
The fact of the matter is that Dante at one time was exceptional. I mean, exceptional. He was going under the name Kyle Maxim.
Jesus, you're bringing up those days.
I'm bringing up those days, and it just so happens that I met the man in a recreation hall for St. Elizabeth's Church in Bristol a very, very long time ago. Him and the Ahmed the Sheik Jordan were like the first two people there, along with myself and the promoter of the company that was running the show. And
I believe that was XWA.
It was XWA, and it was a very interesting time in our lives.
Yes, it was.
And I'll say it how it is, though. I mean, me and Dante really connected. I mean, we definitely had a lot in common, and we were just two young guys just trying to make it.
Trying to make our name in the business,
trying
to get the old guys out of our way, and now it's
exactly
the other way around.
Exactly. and now it comes down to the fact that I can say truthfully that I couldn't do the things that I was able to do when I was a young man. I got fat and married and had a kid, and Dante didn't do any of that because he's a loser. He just. But the fact of the matter is that Dante was the longest reigning international champion ever. He's an international guy, so it kind of makes sense. It should be around an international guy's waist. Canadian hero. I don't know necessarily about that. I mean, I think Wayne Gretzky would have something to say about that.
I don't know. I'm a little bit more over in Ottawa than him.
Ottawa.
That's saying a lot.
All right.
Let's talk about 15 years in the business and being with the RWA as long as you have been. Favorite moments, just whether it's be a match or working a certain opponent or just time in a promotion. Favorite moments for being in your 15-year career.
Being around, it didn't get really, really fun until I walked into the RWA. I mean, this place has been a godsend to me career-wise.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jimmy. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, T Phoenix, for accepting me into the family too. Before RWA, it was biting, scraping to get the way to the top. Get my name out there, get recognized. I mean, there was one point before I came to RWA, I was a Rhode Island Wrestling Alliance light heavyweight champion. Never lost that title. Granted, the promotion did go out of business. We wrestled there before. Good old Wolvie and Fredo.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, man. Making me feel old, man.
But wrestling there, I met my mentor, Reverend Chainlink Brannigan. You've met him numerous times. I mean, that guy took me under his wing, taught me a lot of stuff, the psychology of wrestling, really getting into it. But then I got to RWA, and it's been fun since day one. I can't say that I've had a bad time here ever. Favorite matches, Stan Styles, yourself included, Jimmy. T Phoenix was a lot of fun. I mean, teaming up with the Irish Warrior was a great run.
Well, I mean, and I mean, let's let the record be known that I was a big fan of the old school icons. I was a big fan of the old school icons. Not necessarily so much you, but I mean, I was more of a fan of IW, and but I mean, you have done a lot of great things in this business, and you have worked a lot of people who did make their way a little bit in this business, and really had gone above and beyond what they were able to do. Unfortunately, because of your stature and who you are, you were never able to do those things, and that's fine. You should have listened to Chainlink a little bit more, I think, but that's fine.
My question for the both of you, and Dante, I'm going to start with you since tonight is your final match. 15 years. You both have seen the professional wrestling industry change incredibly from what it was even 15 years ago. It's nothing like what Jimmy was in your favorite era in the late 70s and early 80s.
No.
What is the advice, knowing that you guys are both in your early 30s? What is your advice for guys coming into this business at a young age to not only keep themselves healthy, to have a long career, but to avoid the pitfalls of what is the independent wrestling scene?
The biggest thing I can say is stay humble. That's number one. Number two is you got to pick and choose when you do a crazy spot. I mean, you don't want to blow your knees out on doing a stupid spot on not a major show where there's 300 people in the crowd. If you're doing it with 20 people, I mean, have a great match, but don't kill yourself. And I think today's youth is they go out there and they try to kill themselves every show, and you're not going to last in the business doing that.
Well, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, the athleticism that the kids coming into the business today have it's unprecedented. I mean, I've never seen athletes of this caliber ever in professional wrestling. I mean, especially some of the guys here in the RWA. I mean, they're just they're incredible athletes. But the fact of the matter is what I think that people should do is you need to separate yourselves from people. And this is an ego-driven business. And if you're good, you're good. And not everyone who's good gets the opportunity to make it. There are plenty of guys, who haven't made it, and there are some who have. But it's ego-driven, and you do have to stay as humble as you can, but you also have to put your foot down when you want to. I'm not necessarily of the belief of not going out there and doing the things that would make a match great. I don't care if it's in front of 5 people or 500. I mean, it's just
they all paid the same amount to get in the building.
And that's just me. I mean, and that's coming from wrestling in front of 5 people. And I mean, you can attest this. We've wrestled in front of bomb scare crowds.
Club stars, gotta love it.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, man, he's bringing up all the old school stuff right now. But in all honesty, what I would tell the youth of today is really just try to pick and choose where you work, be smart about what you do, and don't fall into the pitfalls of the business. With the obviously everyone knows about the drugs and the women and everything else, and you don't want to be with rats, man. That's just not what you want to do. That's how you get bad things.
Rat poisoning.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but you also fall into falling with the wrong groups, and you end up getting blacklisted from certain places, and it's not right.
Yeah, remember when we started in the business, Rhode Island wrestlers were blacklisted all around.
Yeah, we couldn't get work anywhere.
And then that's the fault of guys who preceded us.
Right.
We had to come through and clean up their mess to make the kids of today able to wrestle with it and do what they're doing nowadays.
And it's clearly much better with how much farther Rhode Island wrestlers have gone.
Tenfold. The difference is night and day. I mean, back in the day when Jimmy and I started, it was hard to get booked in Massachusetts alone. Now these kids can go wherever they want, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and get booked.
Yeah, they definitely, and there's a lot more promotions now. I mean, they have the ability to, around then it was pretty much XWA and Rhode Island Wrestling, and that was pretty much it. Like, you didn't have a lot of other options, So you'd have an influx of guys who, I want to be a wrestler, and they'd get treated as such, Dante and myself both came up in a very angry, it's a very different manner. You'd get beat up. When I know when you started, you must have been like 160 pounds. I was like $140. Mm-hmm. We got beat up. And that's no joke. And I mean, you can't take away from the toughness of the guy because he got beat up a lot. And he deserved it probably because he is who he is.
Sometimes.
But the fact of the matter is that a lot of the older guys, didn't like the younger style. They didn't understand what we were trying to do. And while everyone considers me now to be an old school wrestler, back then I was just trying to fit in with a current landscape. And it's completely different now.
100% agree with you completely. I mean, what we considered innovative back then nowadays is passé.
Right. A body slam into a roll-up, man, just doesn't get the job done anymore, unfortunately.
Definitely not.
Dante, let's talk about tonight. Ironically enough, 5 years ago tonight, the Old School Icons were formed. You teamed with the Irish Warrior. A lot of success with the Old School Icons. Tonight, your final match, win, lose, or draw, will be against your former tag team partner in the Irish Warrior. My first question is your strategy going into tonight's match.
Well, I mean, if anybody here knows the Irish Warrior better, it doesn't exist except for Miss Lynn. You know what I mean? I'm going to take it tooth and nail to him. Whatever he brings at me, I'm bringing it right back to him tenfold. Guarantee that one tonight.
Wow, that's bold.
I mean, and it's ironic because your career versus career match was against your former tag team partner in Alex Corvus. You don't have anybody other than your tag partner that knows you really better.
Well, actually, quite honestly, there's probably only one person that knows me better here than Alex Corvus did, and that's T. Phoenix. And thank God I didn't have to wrestle him because he probably would have beat the snot out of me. I gave Alex Corvus a run for his money, and I lost. I lost like a man, and I went out, in a fashion. I mean, he's just a better athlete than I am at this point. I took some chances during that match, and what I would suggest to you, Dante, is that you don't take those chances. Try to take him to the mat and keep him grounded, because I'll tell you what. He's a big man, and if he gets a hold of you, it may be roast beef curtains quicker than you think, my friend, or bacon curtains, whatever you want to. You're from Canada.
Bacon curtains.
And full well with having Miss Lynn in the corner, she could be
she's
a problem
a
for you.
straight up pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
she has a nice ass. Yeah,
that she does absolutely firm.
I can't
got
believe
weird.
That just got weird.
You brought it up.
You just got really weird.
We were a close tag team. Right?
If when it comes to when it comes to Miss Lynn on the outside in a wrestling standpoint, sir, do you have a strategy dealing with her if and when she will get involved?
Just got to watch my back. She's unpredictable. It all depends on the mood she's in today.
And tonight it's on the card as win, lose, or draw. Jimmy, you had a different situation where if you lost, your career was over. Dante, you really don't. If this is your final match and you end on your back, will this truthfully be your final match?
I'm a man of my word, and I said this was it. I lose, it's done. That's it.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's the itch. It's like wrestling in front of people, man. It's a drug, and it's a drug that once you do it once, you never want to let it go. It really is. And that's the best way that I can explain it. And it's even for me, it's been difficult at times. But just like you, I mean, my body says. No bueno, and this is not going to be good anymore if you do this, and the potential to get hurt is much higher because I'm not in the type of shape that I was. Well, I am in a shape; it's round, and you're even rounder than I am. So I mean, it's gonna, you definitely carry more weight than I do, my friend. But the fact is that Dante's doing the right thing. I mean, I think that his career has definitely come to pass, and it's definitely time to to take old Yeller and put him out to pasture. So. I mean, that
was a left-handed compliment.
No,
it's
man.
Jimmy Hansen.
That's
the only type of compliment you're ever going to get.
Exactly.
Let's
not split hairs here. I mean, you have gray ones, so let's split those, I guess. Sorry, you don't. You actually have a beautiful head of hair. You look like a woman.
Wow. Dante, you and I have had our fair share of
Portuguese woman.
problems in the past.
It's still weird to sit at the same table as you and not actually go over there and choke you. I mean,
no. See, that's why I'm sitting in between you, because not that I'm going to protect him. I mean, if you want to choke him, I can move.
Massey's a cool guy.
Completely fine.
Last time
you
he
can
did
take that bow tie off and shove it right in his mouth.
Dante, I wish you all the luck in the world tonight. Good luck against the Irish Warrior, and congratulations on a 15-year career of much success.
Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, congratulations, man. It's been a pleasure.
Definitely has.
Known you for a long time.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Still
hope
gonna
not.
go out drinking though, right?
No, absolutely not. You don't drink.
True.
Much more to come on the Thanksgiving Throwdown preview show. We'll be right back. Well, I don't know if we paid the electric bill or not here, guys. We're in darkness again. Back on the Thanksgiving Throwdown preview show. And, I mean...
Well, I mean, we're just having it's a little bit of a lighting issue. I mean, we're the spotlights are on. We're just trying to make things happen here. I mean, we got to do what we got to do.
Well, I mean, we have Lucy Santana out in the back as we are starting to pick. Well, we had her out in the back as we picked the numbers for the Thanksgiving Throwdown. All these are random. You don't know what number you're going to get. And, well, let's show you Lucy's conversations with some of our wrestlers here tonight.
Lucy Santana here, and we are choosing the numbers for the Throwdown today. Which would you like to go first?
I'll go first. All right, cool with that? Sure. You gotta take this little box here.
One number,
I'm gonna take
please.
this one. Come on. Okay. Oh. Damn it! Good job. Pick. Your turn. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here.
Before you pick your number, I want to make a deal with you. Okay. No matter what number you pick, we'll trade. All right.
Really? That happens?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
You sure you want to trade? Yeah. Oh, I'm positive. All right. You look happy. You look happy. I'm excited.
What do you get?
In the line.
It's not bad. Okay.
Number one.
What's wrong with you? Why would you be happy?
How is one better than three? It's like golf, right? The lower the score, the better.
No, but your intelligence. It's the intelligence, sweetheart. The lower the number, the
Oh my God.
Oh!
That's what I get from having yes. Moron. Oh my God. You know what? I'll see you in the Throwdown. I got one, you got three. I'll still be in there when you get in there.
Oh, let's fix this.
1-800-RWA-BET, B-E-T-T.
All right, let's see here. Big money, no whammies. All right, I can work with that. I'm going to keep it secret, though. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people might think just because I've got this contract case, I'm not going to give it my all out there tonight because I already have my title shot lined up whenever I want it. Nah, that's not the case. I'm going to win the Throwdown tonight. I'm going to go on to win the Triple Crown Championship, and then maybe I can cash this in for the hype title and unify them. You never know what's going to happen at the Thanksgiving Throwdown, especially when we crank it up.
Oh, just a two. Doing a lot of work today at the RWA Chop Shop. Oh, thank you. So, you ready to pick this number?
Yeah, I've been ready all day. Let's
All
go.
right. Oh, well, you were already my favorite pick anyway.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. So I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna do what I gotta do, knock everyone out, and I'll take me home there, okay?
All right, sounds good. Lucy Santana here with the Highlight Baby Cash.
That's me.
I have a question for you. How is it coming into the Throwdown this year, being that you were the champion last year?
It ain't no different, I'm coming here, I got my battle gear on, I'm ready to do work, just like I did last year. It's all about putting in work. Feel me, Lucy?
Definitely. All right, let's choose a number here. Go right ahead.
All right, and that's even better. Number 29, I'll see y'all in the Rumble.
People are blowing this up, okay? 1-800-RWA-BET, double T, B-E-T-T. Everyone is betting on this RWA Throwdown tonight about who's going to win. There is a lot of money going on right now. A lot of money. And you know what? I'm not even privy to all the contestants in the match yet. I'm not even privy. Some people have had other people pick their numbers for them. Because they don't want to. They like jinx it. It's very weird. It's like
touching the
like
Lombardi
touching
tour,
or touching the white line when you go
Right.
when you
Hey,
run
did
onto
you
a
get-
baseball field.
Do you have mine in?
Yours?
Yeah.
What, his bet?
You bet.
Yeah, never mind.
What? What?
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay,
Did he
so
take his insulin today?
I have no idea.
All right.
He did see Tom Billington's Snickers bar, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That being said, In the Throwdown match, do you guys have a favorite in the Throwdown match from who we know is in the match? I mean, I know that former Triple Crown champion Mike Grassa is going to be in the match, but you don't know who's going to really show up. Anybody could be in the Throwdown match.
I mean,
the thing, you never know who's going to show up in the Throwdown. You really can't say who's going to be the one you want because you don't know exactly who's going to be in.
Well, and I'll tell you what, like I said before, I mean, it's really a luck of the, not only a luck of the draw, but how you play things. You know what I mean? How you play it in the match is really going to determine whether you're going to win the match or not. And I mean, there's a lot riding on this. I mean, this is a Triple Crown title shot at elite status. This is no joke.
Now, you guys have both been tag team wrestlers. If you were in a situation in the Throwdown, and I'm sure you both were, with your tag team partner, technically this is every man for himself, but do you use the tag team partner as an advantage and kind of try to take care of business together and try to get you down to the last two?
You can do that. It will get you so far, but eventually only one man can win.
Well, I hate to use an adage from the 1980s Royal Rumble matches from WWF and Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah. Would you stop? Shut up.
Nice tie.
Coliseum video.
Yeah. So, but what you really have to understand is that at the end of the day, it's every man for himself. You really have to go in there and just think about it as, my partner's just another guy that I have to toss over the top rope. And if just so happens he gets in your way, you better toss him over the top rope because you know what? He's thinking probably the same thing that you are.
Superstitions going into this match. I mean, number 27 is the stereotypical best number to get to win this type of match. Number 1 has only won a match like this. And on the mothership, 3 separate times.
That's a lot.
Number 2 has only won once, and the question is, all athletes, baseball, basketball, football, have superstitions. As a wrestler, going into a match like this, a lot of superstitions you have to really feel for. You looking for a particular number?
Well, I mean, number 1 is really number 1. Number 2 is really number 1 as well because you're still starting the match. So, I mean, realistically, you're both starting on an even playing field. Now, the fact of the matter is the bigger guys. Do you go after the bigger guys first? Superstition-wise would tell you, yeah, you want to go after the bigger guys first. Me, personally, I always like to come in middle of the pack. I like the number, 15 to 18 would probably be a prime number for me. Only because you have a lot of the guys that were in, hopefully they're still not in there, but if they're in since the beginning of the match, they're winded. You want to get in there and you want to be able to take those guys out, and you also want to be able to kind of survey the landscape a little bit. No one says that you have to get in the ring right away.
Truth, I've been there.
Yeah, I've also gotten out of the ring. Go under the bottom rope. I'll hide out for a little while. Why not?
Well, going along with that, other than hiding out with the strategy, I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. It's effective, clearly. My question is,
you're used to doing it.
With this being a marathon and not a sprint, what is if you get a lower number, a number 1 between say 1 and 15? To use your example.
Okay.
What do you do before the Throwdown match to get yourself prepped? I mean, it's got to be a lot of cardio. It's got to be a lot of making sure that you don't, overexert yourself early enough so that if you last to 27, 8, 9, and 30, you still have the strength to throw somebody over the top rope.
Well, you're also hoping that you're going to have some ability to be able to have people be making mistakes at that point. For me personally, I would not want to draw number 1 or number 2. Or anywhere in the top 10. I don't want to be 1 through 10 at all. If I draw those numbers, I'm horrified because the chances of you actually making it to the end of the match are very, very slim. But you also have to understand, we have a lot of big guys here in RWA. You can't have just one person try to throw some of these big guys out. There's no way.
Definitely. If you have a big man, if everybody works together to get them out, you know what I'm saying? It's how you should do it because if you're winded with the earlier number, there's no way you're going to be able to get a big guy out by yourself.
And, is there a strategy? Is there a problem having a later number with somebody that has been there as an earlier number? If they fall to the mat, that's dead weight you now have to deadlift and get them over the top rope. Is there really... I think my question really is there really a golden number that you're looking for, or is it just go out there and give it your all as quickly and as best as possible?
I definitely think you got to give it your all. You got to see what you have. That's what the Throwdown is about, how long you can last. And, you know what I'm saying, that's how long and the strength that you show everybody in that match and show who's the best out of all them 30 men.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, like I said, I would like to be, 15 to 18. Even some of the later numbers. Like you said, you may have dead weight on the mat. You may be contending with some of the biggest guys in the match because no one's been able to throw them over the top. So, I mean, you may be walking into a situation. I mean, especially for me as a smaller guy, you may be looking at an uphill climb. Now, you also don't want to go in there and blow yourself out in the first 5-10 minutes of the match if you do draw an early number, because you will have nothing left at the end of the match. You're going to be in there a long time with a lot of people who are looking to take you out just as much as you're looking to take them out.
It is 30 men over 60 minutes with the championship ring at the end being a number 1 contender spot at elite status. The Thanksgiving Throwdown, the best opportunity for anybody in the RWA to climb to the top of the RWA mountain. When we come back, the RWA Tag Team Championships are on the line, and there is a lot of controversy for the challengers and the champions. We will break down that match next.
So are you going to be in the Throwdown or like what?
The RWA Oh My God Moment of the Week is brought to you by BlueCotton.com, the official t-shirt supplier of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Welcome back to the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown Preview Show. I am Rob Massey alongside handsome Jimmy Hansen and the RWA 2014 Wall of Famer Tony Reno. And gents, you both were tag team specialists. The tag team championship match here tonight has had a lot of controversy behind it between T. Phoenix having the bad back, Alex replacing T. Phoenix. It's not really a pairing that T. Phoenix likes, but Tom Billington picked him. Just Alex, a very accomplished tag team wrestler. But we'll start with the heavy hitters who have not felt that they have been respected at all here in the RWA. And, well, let's show you what happened to poor Lucy Santana as she was just getting ready for tonight's show.
Thanksgiving Throwdown is all about opportunity. What the hell is going on? This is Dude, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is exactly what the hell.
Well, I gotta pick my number. I gotta pick my number.
Carl, beat it. Beat it. The hell out of here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, Shay. You see this? Lucy, I'm sick of this. I'm absolutely sick and tired of the BS that happens with the RWA management. You look a little nervous. Calm down, Lucy. I'm not gonna let you take a deep breath.
This isn't my fault. I don't choose matches.
Breathe.
Hey!
Breathe, take a deep, breathe in. Breathe, relax. Relax. We don't hit women unless they deserve it. All right? Now, I'm sick and tired of this RWA management treating Shady Shay and I, the uncrowned world tag team champions of the world, like we aren't the best in the building. All right? Thanksgiving Throwdowns tonight, brother. We take on Just Alex and Tom Billington. You know what that means, right? Those belts are ours, bro. Ours? Those belts are ours. Yeah, they just took it away from us. That's what it was. All right, Throwdowns also tonight. We're tossing 28, and then it's me and you. Then it's me and you after that. Every man for, hey, but we'll take care of 28, and we'll do the business. Now, Lucy, you tell whoever's in charge of this promo crap. Heavy hitters ain't involved, there's going to be problems. Come on, man.
So once again, the heavy hitters not really caring about when or where they interrupt anybody. There's no really reason to go after Lucy and demand an interview. She doesn't have control over stuff like that.
I love it. Why wouldn't you like that? That is perfect.
They're like 18 times Lucy Santana's size.
Not my problem. Not my problem. She needs to get out of the way then.
Hey.
Clearly, they are here for a purpose. They want those tag team belts. They are already the tag team champions. Me and you have been arguing about this for weeks. I mean weeks. They already are the tag team champions. Not officially.
They stole the belts.
They didn't steal. They didn't steal. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Oh, okay. I see. They came in.
Thank you. See, you know it.
They came
in Providence. You know.
They came in. There was civil unrest, so they looted the belts away. I got it. So they were like they live in St. Louis.
Man.
But going into this, you guys have been in tag teams that you don't have felt at times have gotten the proper respect, and you finally earned a number one contender spot. Is there a lot of fire going into a match like this where you just, the moment you get in the ring, you just want to kill the first person you see and try to win that match in 30 seconds?
Well, it depends on what's going on. Like, the Fury used to be my partner. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to get on his bad side and either. And with Alex Corvus, the whole T thing with him not trusting him, that's, a issue there. You know what I'm saying?
You guys have had your fair share of problems with Just Alex Corvus, as he was formerly known. I mean, you guys have seen he hasn't had a great, let's say, reputation at the Thanksgiving Throwdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just ask it. Do you think Just Alex, with this personality change, is trustworthy?
Personal, nope. I really don't trust him. Can't.
Well, I mean, I don't say. I mean, why? Because of his personality, he's not trustworthy. I mean, you're being racist. That's racist.
I'm not. No,
that's racist.
What I'm saying is that T Phoenix brought up a lot of good points. That Just Alex has had a salty past, so to speak.
Well, okay, I'm sure that he has had a salty pass and a salty finish as
you
well.
You would know.
But the fact of the matter is that the heavy hitters, at the end of the day, it does not matter. The heavy hitters are the team to beat here in the RWA. I don't care who they put in front of them. Even if T Phoenix's back wasn't hurt from carrying Tom Billington in every tag team match that he's ever had with the guy, he would still be in bad shape. Bad shape at the end of this match. Fury is not just an average wrestler. He is a humongoid. He's huge.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's a big fella.
I'm on the same page with you, man.
He's a big fella.
Yes.
And Shady Shay Cash is no joke. He will legitimately punch you in the teeth. They're crazy. They're crazy. They just come from a different perspective, a different world, and man, are they tough.
So you're saying the heavy hitters are, in fact, the heavy favorites here tonight?
I would have to say, how could you not? How could you not? I hope Tom Billington and Just Alex get squashed. I hope they get crushed under the weight of Fury Frank Champion.
When we come back, we'll wrap up and we'll get ready for the Thanksgiving Throwdown. We'll be right back. Rob Massey, Jimmy Hansen, and Tony Reno. Welcome back, and guys, well, we're just, a couple of minutes away from the Thanksgiving Throwdown here. People are getting ready, and let's talk about the Throwdown and some predictions here. I know you are. Let's start with the Hype Championship. Chris Cruz, Devin Blaze, David Baker. Predictions, Tony, we'll start with you. Who's walking away with the title tonight?
The title tonight, honestly, I think is going to be a surprise person that you ain't expecting to be in.
That's the second curious thing you've said here tonight.
I'm really thinking that.
That's
unexpected.
Thing he said tonight that's been really.
That's kind of great. Okay, all right. So I'm not going to ask him anymore because he's not going to tell me. So maybe you can ask him because he doesn't really like me.
No, he doesn't. Okay,
Just ask him?
Are you involved in the show tonight?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Because we do have a third seat. You're more than welcome to join us on commentary.
Sit down.
Honestly, guys, I'm really looking forward to this match. I got things to see, people to do. You know what I'm saying?
People to do. Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Now that the Throwdown has gotten too sweet.
With that hairline, you have people to do?
We're getting away from ourselves. So the Hype Championship match, Jimmy, you have a favorite in that match?
Yeah, I have a huge favorite in that match. Devin Blaze.
You think Devin Blaze is walking out of the triple threat match with
Devin Blaze?
Okay, that's fair. I'm picking Devin Blaze as well. The funny man, he is unpredictable and he has just gotten better since winning the Hype Championship.
Just because you said that you're picking Devin Blaze, I'm going to take Chris Cruz. Yeah, just because you said that, I can't agree with you.
Second title match on the line here tonight, the RWA Tag Team Championships. I think I already know the answer to that. You guys are both picking the heavy hitters.
The heavy hitters, heavy favorites, and they are going to lay some heavy lumber in on the fruitcake and Tom Billington.
When you look at statistics alone, the heavy hitters are definitely the heavy favorites, as we have been saying, and I think they're walking.
Are you calling them fat?
I'm not calling them fat at all. I'm not calling them fat at all.
Say it to their face.
I'm not calling them fat. Also in this show, we have a number one contenders match. 2 out of 3 falls for the chance for the tag team championships. It's going to be the Mac Attack. It's going to be trainee 1 and 5 taking on the influence of Mike Montero and Jason Devine. Predictions on that match: 2 out of 3 falls.
Go ahead, Tony.
I'm taking the influence on that. You never know what mind state Jason Devine's going to be in. Montero can come out with something real quick, win the match, but I'm going with those two guys.
I mean, it's really a toss-up for me at this point. I haven't had a lot of experience with trainee number 5. I do like trainee number 1. Where's Monster Mac?
Monster Mac has had, from what I've heard, an injury that has kept him out of this. We're not sure if he's going to be here, at least on the sidelines, but he's definitely been injured.
All right, so that's going to change. That's going to change my pick a little bit. Man, this is tough. You know what? I like the ace and the insanely talented Jason Devine to win this match. The influence, I think are going to go over pretty handily.
The RWA Triple Crown Championship is on the line. It is a dog collar match, the most violent match the RWA has ever seen. You both have said it will be incredibly violent. Does Chris Pyro walk out tonight with the Triple Crown Championship around his waist? And even better of a question, does he walk out on his own power here tonight?
I mean, I say flip a coin. You know, it's pretty much a coin flip. Really, it's going to come down to who has the better offensive game with that chain. I think that chain is really going to come into play. I think some dangerous things are going to happen here tonight. I think a lot of people are going to be very shocked, and I think people are going to be a little bit horrified with the amount of violence that they are going to see here tonight in the Chop Shop.
After the interview with Chris Dozer, we were informed by RWA management that there has been a stipulation laid down that Chris Pyro and Christopher Dozer are not allowed to see or touch one another until the bell rings for that dog collar match. If Chris Pyro instigates a fight, he will be stripped of the RWA Triple Crown Championship. If Christopher Dozer instigates a fight before the bell rings for that dog collar match, he will lose any opportunity at the Triple Crown Championship for the remainder of his career in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. That is a huge stipulation. To be fair, the Board of Governors wants this match to go off right at the main event. They do not want anything happening. Quite honestly, I think the Board of Governors are afraid of Christopher Dozer.
Well, as well they should be. I mean, the guy is the unbalanced messiah of the RWA, and of quite possibly of everywhere that he goes. Man, his reality goes everywhere that he goes, and that guy is a little bit more than insane.
You've called it the rise or the demise of the RWA. It is a very dangerous situation here tonight for the Triple Crown Championship.
Thank you for coining that, because I'm actually the one who said that.
I just said you.
Yeah, that's right. I know. You give me the proper respect that I deserve for,
yes, sir.
for saying that. That's right. I'll slap that bow tie off your face. So listen, here's what the situation comes down to. If Chris Dozer does what he has set out to do, he will either bring this company to his knees when he becomes the champion, or Chris Pyro, who's going to beat him?
And as we said, 60 minutes, 30 men, the chance to climb to the top of the RWA mountain, become the #1 contender for the Triple Crown Championship at elite status. The RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown, it is a fall tradition here in the RWA, and I tell you what, is there a favorite? Nobody really knows. We have talked about this multiple times, but the opportunity is so great for anybody. I have been told, and it has been said on both the MacCast and here today, anybody can be entered in the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown. You have had your phone blown up all night. It is going to be an incredible show. If you cannot get down to the RWA Chop Shop, well, you are going to miss out on something special. Definitely. This has been the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown preview show for Tony Reno and Handsome Jimmy Hansen. I am Rob Massey, and we will see you at the Thanksgiving Throwdown.